October 29, 2025, behind the Sun, something extraordinary happened. There's a mountain of science here, and this thing is truly bizarre. It doesn't match anything we've cataloged in our solar system. An interstellar visitor, 3I Atlas, whipped through Perihelion at over 130,000 miles per hour, closer to the Sun than Mars ever gets. We're at solar maximum, flares, CMEs, turbulence at a decade high, and that's the exact moment this object chose to cut through the storm. Here's the catch. At perihelion, the nearest point to the Sun, an object is at the perfect spot to alter course. It's the Oberth maneuver, maximum speed, deep in a gravity well where even a tiny impulse can radically reshape a path. And when that critical window opened, we couldn't see a thing. From Earth, 3I Atlas was directly behind the Sun. Total blackout. Now for the wild part. 3 missions from 3 agencies, Hera, Europa Clipper, and JUICE, are on track to pass through its tail. They're prepping to taste matter forged in another star system, something no instrument has ever sampled. In this video, we'll break down what those spacecraft are measuring, what the perihelion data suggests, and why the coming weeks may finally answer the question since 2017, what are interstellar visitors actually made of? If you want real-time updates on this, hit subscribe. Now, here's a thought-provoker. A team led by Xavier Perez-Cuitinho at the University of A Coruña traced 3I Atlas back through the Milky Way for 10 million years, using Gaia's precision stellar catalog. The aim? Find its home system. They found 93 potential stellar encounters, moments when a star might have tugged its path. 62 were notable. The twist? Not one was close or long enough to meaningfully deflect the comet. No parent star identified. This traveler has drifted in interstellar space so long its origin is effectively untraceable. The team infers 3I Atlas likely came from the Milky Way's thin disk, home to younger stars, rather than the older thick disk. But that hardly narrows it. The thin disk spans tens of thousands of light years and billions of stars. Their paper argues 3I Atlas could be a relic ejected from a primordial planetesimal disk in an early forming system. Translation? It might predate our entire solar system, roaming for billions of years before arriving here. Now, about the Mars flyby on October 3. ESA's ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter imaged the object from roughly 20 million miles away. Its CASIS camera was built for Mars at close range, not for faint targets millions of miles off. ESA likened it to spotting a cell phone on the Moon from Earth, but they pulled it off. The pictures show 3I Atlas as a slightly blurry white point with a visible coma, the luminous shell of gas and dust around the nucleus. Resolving a coma at that range means active venting well before perihelion. Meanwhile, the Gemini South GMOS instrument in Chile caught something striking on October 14. A composite of 159 50-second frames revealed a fan-shaped jet shooting from the nucleus toward the Sun. That jet spans roughly 33,000 feet from the surface. Comet jets are common, but usually point away from or sideways to the Sun. A Sunward jet is odd. It hints at asymmetric heating or venting from a Sun-facing region, like a directed nozzle. Then it gets even better. NASA's Punch constellation, polarimeter to unify the corona and heliosphere, also imaged 3I Atlas on October 14. Punch is designed to study the corona and solar wind, not comets. Yet there it was, visible in their products. Independent analysts Thomas Lehman and Marshall Eubanks processed the frames and confirmed the position lined up with predictions. That matters because Punch observes in a different band than optical scopes. Seeing 3I Atlas clearly there means it's coupling with the solar wind in measurable ways. On Perihelion Day, October 29, 2025, at 11:47, 3I Atlas hit closest approach, about 126 million miles, just inside Mars's orbit. At that instant, it was absorbing roughly 770 watts of solar energy per square foot, akin to focusing the output of 33 nuclear power plants onto a single body. The Sun is peaking in its 11-year cycle, Sunspots erupting, plasma blasts frequent, the magnetic field flipping. 3I Atlas dove straight into that maelstrom. Harsh conditions for any craft. And here's the pivotal point. Perihelion is prime time for a deliberate course change, the Oberth effect. Moving fastest at the bottom of a gravity well, even a small burn yields a big trajectory shift. If 3I Atlas were a probe, this would be the moment to fire. And here's why Avi Loeb's team is on alert. We had zero visibility during that window. From Earth, the comet sat directly behind the Sun, a perfect blind spot. Amateur skywatcher Warot Boonpla combed GOES 19 coronagraph data and spotted what looks like 3I Atlas threading the corona. If verified, it would be the first coronagraph detection of an interstellar object, but NASA hasn't confirmed it. The US government shutdown has also muddied communications. Meanwhile, the NASA-backed International Asteroid Warning Network, operating under the UN's Office for Outer Space Affairs, initiated a coordinated planetary defense campaign to track 3I Atlas, the first UN-endorsed observing effort for an interstellar body.
Officially, it's a readiness exercise. Unofficially, the timing is notable. The campaign began after 3I Atlas showed what they called unusual behavior. Now, two state-of-the-art probes have a rare shot. ESA's Hera and NASA's Europa Clipper may pass through or very near the ion tail. Hera's window ran October 25, November 1. Europa Clipper's is October 30, November 6. If either sniffs charged particles, magnetic perturbations, or heavy ions uncommon in local comets, it would mark humanity's first direct sampling of material born around another star. That's not hype, that's on the objectives list. ESA's JUICE, Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, will also watch 3I Atlas from November 2 to 25, just as activity peaks. The asterisk, JUICE is using its high-gain antenna as a thermal shield, so it's downlinking via a smaller antenna. Expect results in early 2026. On November 3, 3I Atlas skims within 60 million miles of Venus. On December 19, 6 days before Christmas, it reaches closest approach to Earth, 167 million miles. That's over 600 lunar distances. No impact risk, but close enough for robust observing. On March 16, 2026, it passes within 34 million miles of Jupiter, where NASA's Juno will be ready with imagers and radio receivers to listen for any transmission. Avi Loeb isn't declaring aliens, he's arguing the possibility deserves disciplined data. Through the Galileo project, 3 observatories now scan Earth's skies for anomalous objects or microprobes. Loeb has also asked radio facilities to monitor 3I Atlas for electromagnetic emissions. Several arrays are on it. Here's one more reason this matters. Loeb told Joe Rogan he's been pushing NASA to release a HiRISE image from Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter taken Oct 2, when 3I Atlas was 19 million miles from Mars, potentially the best shot yet. He contacted the HiRISE PI but hasn't heard back. NASA hasn't confirmed the image exists. In parallel, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is pressing to make any such frames available to researchers. The question is simple. If we hold a sharp, high-resolution view from our premier planetary camera, why isn't it public? Here's what we're watching next. 1. Trajectory. Any deviation from the computed orbit would be a game-changer. 2. Fragmentation. The extreme heating at perihelion could have cracked it apart. If so, we'll see multiple components. If not, if it stayed intact, its strength is noteworthy. 3. Radioactivity. Multiple observatories are listening. 4. Deployment. If smaller objects separated, we may track them as they leave the parent. Visibility returns around November 11 as it emerges from solar glare in the eastern predawn. You'll want at least an 8-inch scope. By late November, it should reach peak amateur visibility while professional facilities keep continuous tabs. So what actually happened at perihelion? Honestly, we don't know yet. The data stream is still arriving. What we do know, 3I Atlas survived closest approach, is now outbound, and a fleet of spacecraft is positioned to harvest unprecedented measurements as it retreats.
Whether this is a natural comet with peculiar chemistry, an exotic class we've never studied, or something entirely different, we're about to learn more about interstellar visitors than ever before. If this breakdown helped, smash like and subscribe to follow the unfolding story. Drop a comment. Is 3I Atlas merely an odd comet, or is there more here? Know someone who'd be captivated? Share this video. Stories like this remind us why we look up in the first place. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.